Hey, what's going on? My name is David King. I'm the owner and operator of the Ardor Studios YouTube channel. A little background about me: I've been studying film and cinematography, and directing and acting and storytelling for the past 5 to 6 years or so. I've been a movie buff for much longer than that. I love the movie going experience. So today I'm gonna be reacting to a short film on YouTube called Guest. It was written and directed by Mr. Finn Callen. I believe it's Mr. Finn Callen. I'm not sure. Um, but it was written and directed by Finn Callen. Um, and it has some interesting SFX as the thumbnail for it. So I'm interested to see how the film actually plays out, and I'm gonna give my authentic reaction, and then I'm gonna go over some things that I like, what I didn't like, etc. Because I think it's a good age to uh, be in short films, to be a filmmaker, especially in the United States and other countries as well. As cameras develop and get better, and audio equipment develops and gets better and cheaper, I think people will be making their own films more and more, hopefully. And so we're just going to dive in. And this was obviously a lot of work. I looked at the list of credits for this film, this short film, and it is extensive. Um, I'm not going to go over all that, um, but you should definitely check out the film. Watch the film with me if you want. I'm actually going to start it here in about 10 seconds. So if you want to watch along with me, I'm going to start the film in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to try to talk, try and keep my voice down, not talk too much during the film. I like the logo. You're not supposed to be able to hear at this point. I understand that. You can start to understand what she's saying here in a second. I have watched about this far in. Can you hear me? She said. She clapped her hands. Before I didn't notice she clapped. I thought she snapped her fingers. This person's acting is on point, by the way. Oh, thank God.
Can you hear me now? How did you get inside my house? I found you in my bathroom this morning. How did you get inside my house? Mary? Is your name Mary? I need you to listen to me. I found your wallet and I just want to make sure. Is your name Mary? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? If you've got any allergies, I can make you something. It doesn't say on here. Do you have any allergies? Is there anyone that you want me to call? Your mum? Anyone? No one. Do you remember what happened? Last night? Do you remember what happened last night? Mary, what happened last night?
Listen, this is a complete overuse of the whining tones. That shit is so loud. Could have done it quieter.
Okay, look, doctors will be here in a minute. They'll know the best way to handle this. I'm going now. I'm gonna leave the room, but I'll come back.
Ooh. Okay, I've got a lot to say. First of all, it's filmed in England. I noticed there's a lot of not necessarily foreign names, but like names from people that definitely likely wouldn't find in the United States. The person who did the SFX was named, I believe, it's Francesca Gia Covelli, I believe. Francesca Via Covelli, which I think is an Italian name. Francesca is such a super Italian name. Overall, I liked it. I definitely have huge complaints about sound design. When you use that like high-pitched whining sound, that sound is so absolutely so loud. I might actually have to turn that down when I'm editing this video, because that is so loud. It hurt my ears so bad and gave me a migraine, which I don't think is the intention, and nor do I think that should be the intention of any film for you to make your audience members hurt physically because your sound design is so loud. That frequency is so loud and so irritating. I understand the value of that frequency. I also understand the value of it being like in a hearing aid. A couple of things about the story. It initially, when the person showed up, when the guest showed up, which was actress Anna Fraser, when the guest showed up initially, when she was like scared and the guest just showed up whenever I was shown a room where the guest was not standing, and then she was there, or yeah, she was there. The guest was there, like within feet of her. Just very, that actually kind of startled me. I mean, I'm sure you saw it in the clip. But there was like a lot of inconsistencies as well. A couple complaints. I could kind of have some complaints because, so the woman, the main character outside of the person who is the actual main character, which is Mary, Melania Christen, I believe that's correct. Jessica Munna is the woman sitting and asking, how did you get into my house last night? So she's describing last night. So these events happened last night. If these events happened last night, I don't think that a doctor would have been able to uh, on call kind of surgically do a cochlear implant, which is what they were kind of showing was a cochlear ear implant. I don't think anyone could do that realistically in a day with no warning, no surgery. And then I really, really don't think they would be back in that same person's house with a cochlear implant after they'd stabbed into the. Because what she did was she stabbed through her eardrum with a knife. That's my indication, was she stabbed through her eardrum with the knife. So my knowledge of anatomy and of cochlear implants is limited, but it really that is a kind of an unbelievable thing to me that she would like stab herself, and and on top of that, it makes me wonder what is the creature and where's the consistency, because at the end of the film the creature looked away. It was his intention was to have this girl look it in the eyes without feeling disdain or like accepting that it was there. It definitely made me question that, which is a good thing. Overall, wasn't that scary. The FX, like the visual effects of that character, was phenomenal. I mean, it looked gorgeous. The sound design definitely overall was good. The music was okay. Honestly, music was so I didn't even think I really noticed any music. I think it was mostly sound effects, with maybe a little music sprinkled in, which is fine. But that eerie ringing pitch sound that they had in there was so loud, that was so painful to listen to. If you want me to listen to if you want me to watch your movie at full volume and hurt my ears listening to your video, don't think any audience is going to appreciate that. Other than that, the sound design was good. I heard footsteps. You could hear the people breathing. There were indications of everything that was going on. Um, the cinematography overall was pretty good. The color grading was good. It stayed consistent through and through. That the story was a little bit just kind of confusing, and that's the horror medium in general. Like horror's kind of it's a hard medium to be in. It's a little easier to do for short films, I think, because horror is easier to have less people convincingly in a horror film versus a more drawn out story film, I think. And that's my opinion, but I mean, my wife and I love horror. Um, and I think overall, the going out and filming it and doing it is like a big portion of filmmaking as it is. And the fact that you went out and you got a producer and you went and you filmed and you completed a product and placed it on YouTube, and it was 11 minutes long, which I know took hours and hours to edit, to get right with the color grading and the sound design, and you had a whole team of people doing it. It's fantastic. I just love it when people get together and do that. Um, and I mean, I love filmmaking so much. So overall, I would give it, I think I'd give it, on visuals, I'd give it a 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Story, I'd give it about a 6, because I really didn't, there wasn't any kind of like real continuity through it. It wasn't that stimulating per se. So like a 6 out of 10. Sound design, 5 out of 10, only because that ringing is ridiculously loud. You needed to mix that properly. I don't know how like the mixer went through and was like, yeah, this is good. Because even turned down, it was still irritating to listen to. And I really don't think anyone in an audience will want to hear that sound, even if it's for storytelling purposes, because I completely understand why it was in there. Regardless, that was irritating to moon and back. I mean, my head is still hurting just from that sound. So that's all I have for you. I'll be watching another short film at some point and filming my review and overview of what I think of it. I'm not gonna break down every scene, and eventually I will probably make another one of these videos. If you like this or you're interested in something like this, let me know. You don't have to like and share or do anything crazy or subscribe. You don't have to do any of that. But just if you could comment, let me know what you like at least, or if you're interested in something like this, that would be awesome. Other than that, thank you for being here with me. Hope you enjoyed the short film, and here's to seeing some more. See you later.